Ever felt like you're doing the same tedious, repetitive tasks in Asana over and over again? Moving a task to a different section after you complete it, assigning a subtask to a teammate when a task hits a certain stage, or adding a specific tag to a project as soon as it's created. What if I told you there's a way to automate all of that? Imagine an invisible assistant working tirelessly in the background, keeping your projects organized, your team updated, and your workflow humming along smoothly, all without you lifting a finger. That's the magic of Asana rules. Rules are the secret sauce that transforms your Asana workspace from a simple to-do list into a dynamic, automated project management powerhouse. They're the if this, then that statements that take the manual drudgery out of your day, freeing you up to focus on the strategic work that really matters. But here's the thing. While they seem like a superpower, getting started with rules can feel a little intimidating. You might have seen the Customize button and the Add Rule option, but then what? Where do you even begin? What's the difference between a trigger and an action? And how do you make sure your rule actually does what you want it to do? That's exactly what we're going to demystify today. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how to create a rule in Asana, but you'll also understand the logic behind them, allowing you to build sophisticated automations that save you and your team countless hours every week. So let's dive in. The best way to understand rules is to think of them as a simple recipe. Every recipe has an ingredient and an action. For Asana rules, the ingredients are called triggers and the actions are, well, actions. A trigger is the event that starts the rule. Think of it as the if part of the statement. For example, if a task is marked complete, or if a due date is approaching. An action is what happens as a result of the trigger. This is the then that part. For example, then move the task to the done section, or then assign the task to Sarah. Together, they form a simple, powerful automation. Let's start with a really common and useful example. Automatically moving a task to a different section when it's completed. This is a great way to keep your project boards clean and organized without any manual effort. First, you'll need to open the project where you want to create the rule. Once you're in the project, look for the Customize button in the top right corner. It's a little icon that looks like a wrench and a magic wand. Click on it. This will open a sidebar with a few different options. You'll see rules, fields, and forms. For today, we're focusing on rules, so go ahead and click on that. Now you'll see a button that says Add Rule. Click on it. Asana gives you two options here. You can either choose a pre-made template from the rule gallery, or you can create a custom rule. For this first example, let's go with a template. This is the easiest way to get started and see how rules work in practice. The rule we're looking for is, when a task is completed, move it to a specific section. Asana has this as a pre-made template, so you should see it right there in the gallery. Click on it. You'll now see a simple configuration screen. The trigger is already set. When a task is marked complete, all you need to do is choose the action. In the Then Move the Task to drop-down, select the section you want the completed tasks to go to. For most projects, this will be something like Done or Completed. Once you've selected your section, click Create Rule. And that's it. You've just created your first Asana rule. Now, every time you or a teammate marks a task as complete in this project, it will automatically jump to your Done section. No more dragging and dropping. Now, let's kick it up a notch and create a custom rule from scratch. This is where the real power of Asana rules comes in, allowing you to build automations that are perfectly tailored to your team's specific workflow. Let's imagine a scenario. You have a project where new design requests come in. When a new task is added to the incoming requests section, you want two things to happen automatically. You want to assign the task to your lead designer, Sarah, and you want to add a tag for urgent so she knows to prioritize it. This is a perfect use case for a custom rule. Go back to the Customize and Rules section of your project, but this time, click on Create a Custom Rule. Now you'll see a blank canvas for building your rule. You'll need to choose a trigger first. Click on the Add Trigger button. A list of all the available triggers will pop up. For our scenario, we want the rule to fire when a task is moved to a specific section. So, you'll want to select Task Added to a specific section. Asana will then ask you to specify which section. In the drop-down, select Incoming Requests. Great. Now for the actions. Click on the Add Action button. The first action we want is to assign the task to Sarah. So, from the list of actions, select Assign Task to a Team Member. In the next drop-down, find and select Sarah from your team members. Now we need to add the second action, which is to add the urgent tag. Click Add Another Action. This time, choose Add a Tag. In the tag drop-down, you can either select an existing tag or type in a new one. Go ahead and type in urgent and hit enter to create it. So, to summarize our custom rule, when a task is added to the incoming requests section, then assign the task to Sarah and add the tag urgent. That's exactly what we wanted. Once you're done, click on the Create Rule button at the bottom. You can also give your rule a descriptive name so you and your team can easily understand what it does at a glance. Something like Assign New Design Requests would be perfect. And that's it. You've just built a powerful, custom automation that will streamline your design request workflow, saving you and Sarah valuable time and ensuring that new tasks are never missed. The possibilities with Asana rules are truly endless. You can create rules to notify team members when a due date is approaching, move tasks to a different project based on a tag, or even create a subtask checklist for a new project. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.